Back, everybody. Well, today on TVL, we are sending a huge congrats to our new friend, Sierra. She is a talented designer at Savannah College of Art and Design who just wrapped her senior collection on the SCAD fashion runway. And the best part, it was featured in Vogue. Sierra, sister, this is like the pinnacle of fashion success. Thank you for coming on. I've got to ask, what was your first reaction when you heard you were being featured, and who was the first person you told? This is big news.
The first person I told was definitely my parents. They were like the concept for my collection, so I just really wanted to see their reaction. It was just an overwhelming feeling of joy, all that hard work, like late nights I stayed up sewing the collection. We worked on it for a full year, so designing the collection.
Yeah, this is a huge deal, and you brought some pieces with you today, so I'm curious, what was kind of the vibe of your, fashion's an interesting world, and I think sometimes people are kind of like, okay, is this, you know, it's a statement. It's not always terribly practical, but you kind of combine, again, tradition with cutting edge. So tell me what inspired you and what pieces were popular on the runway.
So with my pieces, I was really inspired by telling like my parents' love story through various fabrics and silhouettes and textiles. So I wanted to tell like tailoring, the elegance like of classic silhouettes, but I wanted to mix Western textiles. So for this piece specifically, it has hand-cut cowhide and leather mixed with like lambskin to make the fringe, and then I used lambskin as well to make this really beautiful tailored leather dress underneath.
Oh,
so it just has that beautiful movement.
Sierra, this is cool. And I love the sweet personal connection ties when you're saying, yeah, this is tied with your family. Something else people don't realize, again, we'll stress, you're from Florence.
Yes.
Which is also, again, you're a student at SCAD, but people don't realize even too, Florence it's got its own little fashion vibe, very artsy, creative world. How would you say your upbringing there kind of influenced your style as well?
Definitely growing up in Florence, I learned a lot about fashion. We have like designers like Billy Reed and Alabama Chin, and I learned a lot about fashion from them. And just even like the culture and community of family growing up there. The community is what really helped me in my upbringing. In my family, we have a close-knit relationship. So I wanted to tell that story of community through my work.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the backstories. Okay, you got to share some more with me. I want some more backstories, other pieces.
This is one of my favorite pieces. I did both men's and women's wear. So this is like a tailored fur coat. It's a faux fur with like a gold foil on top of it. Lots of tailoring on the inside, heavy structure. You can feel that, Peyton.
Sierra, I need that. Are you just one of a kind for each one, or do you make multiple? Are we exploring some retail options?
Yeah.
Girl, you need to, this is fabulous. I want a Sierra original. I want to be like, yeah, Sierra made this for me. We might have to work with that.
Yes.
Show sponsored by Sierra Designs. Stay tuned, everybody, for that. So great, and some more. I'm loving kind of like the earth tones here.
This is one of my favorite dresses. This was look 3 on the runway. This is like a wool trench coat dress. Really beautiful structured fabric, but I wanted to create that drapey silhouette, the feminine, beautiful aesthetic, but this like harsher fabric that you see in like workwear. And so I did like tailoring and suiting on this one. And then one of my favorite details that you probably didn't get to see on the runway is I did like my own version of a Western welt pocket.
It has the Sierra, every dress needs to have the pockets. Oh my word. I am obsessed with all of these. And again, they're statementy, but they're practical in the same way. Again, sometimes we see high fashion and we're like, where would we wear that? But I'm like, every single one of these pieces are so beautiful and tailored in their own way. I'm curious too, we have been told you've received a lot of expert advice from some big names in this world. What was kind of one thing that stood out to you? I mean, this is a fun industry to be in.
It is. Going to SCAD, I had the great pleasure and luxury of opportunity to work with Simon Unglis. He helped star Alexander McQueen, and so he really gave me a lot of feedback on how to style the collection, designer feedback, and even just like encouraging me along the way. Those like really tiresome nights where I kind of was like, I don't know if I can do this. He definitely like uplifted me and encouraged me to keep going.
Sierra, sister, I am in awe of you. So what's next? So again, you've just finished SCAD. You're a senior.
Yes.
Tell me what's coming up for you. Where can we stay in the know? Because I got to shop all these looks. I'm so curious.
Definitely, I really do want to create like a volume 2 and kind of evolve the collection and create more things, but also working in manufacturing and tailoring, and I do alterations, so that's really what I'm doing this summer.
What doesn't she do? Sierra, sister, huge congratulations to you. This is so phenomenal, and we know this is just the beginning. So continue taking off. I'll take one of everything. Is that okay? I'll get you my sizes. You know, we can go with that. Okay, perfect. Sierra, everybody. And again, we are just so in honor of her. We're going to flash up details where you can stay connected. We'll also have more information on tvliving.com. But for now, again, Sierra, keep rocking it, sister. You rock, and huge congratulations. But you want to strike a pose for me, our model pose? And did strike a pose. Vogue, Vogue. Loving it. Thank you so much, my girl. And congrats again.